SCC reported earnings, and I'd say it's bad. If you are a dividend investor na nag-take ng concentrated position kay SCC only because of those juicy dividends, those high yields na dinedeclare nila dati, it's over. You're done. So here's the call price chart. And as you can see, start pa lang ng taon, January, actually makikita mo na yung pag-decline niya. Nasa below 100 na siya, and below 100 is lower than the averages noong 2024, di ba? So, ibig sabihin, itong weakness ng kanilang call segment, there's a big possibility magko-continue pa yan. Yung kanilang earnings magko-contract pa continuously. Therefore, those juicy dividends, lilit pa yon, okay? Actually, nag-start ng lumit yung dividends nila last year. And then yung kanilang first declaration for this year is already way much lower compared to last year. 1.25 plus 0.75 divided by 33.5. So 5.97% yield. And on that yield, ang kailangan nilang bayaran is around 6.8 billion. So first quarter of earnings nila is nasa reported income of 4.3, down negative 33% from the 6.5 billion noong 2024. So, ito yung mga performances ng kanilang mga segment. So, yung call, diba? So, itong 4.2 billion na to, nag-contract na to last year. And then this year, since mas mababa ulit yung call price relative to the average noong 2024, I think moving forward, mas magko-contract pa yan. Meanwhile, yung kanilang power segment, no? Sa halip na i-offset niya sana yung weakness ng call, nagde-decline din siya. Okay. Despite ang dami nilang ginawang maintenance, scheduled maintenance last year. So, talagang may issue yung mga planta ng SCC. Di ako magtataong despite all of those maintenances last year, magkaroon pa rin sila ng mga emergency maintenances or unplanned shutdown from time to time. Na pag nangyari yon, syempre, maapektuhan din yung nilang mga reported profits. So CHP, yung bagong nilang acquisition, Cemex, 10% stake na I don't think magiging positive to in the short term or this year, di ba? In fact, nag-rebrand nga to, di ba? Into Concrete ata yung bago nilang tawag. So since nag-rebrand sila, ma-market pa nila ulit yon. And sobrang dami ang problema ni CHP bago siya ipinasa sa DMC or sa mga Kunsunji. And I think all of those problems may hirap solusyonan in just 1 year. Kasi ang issue niya is market share, di ba? Mas binibili yung iba niyang competitor kesa sa kanya. So technically lahat ng segment ng SCC is being challenged. Therefore, de-decline yung kanilang profitability. So itong level ng call price ngayon 2025 is similar nung sabihin na natin 2020 going sabihin natin 2020, diba? Today is nasa 95 ngayon, noong 2020 2021 na lang pala, no? Sige, 2021. So, nung 2021, ang performance nila is around 16.2 billion. So, possible dyan mag-contract malapit yung magiging earnings ni SCC for 2025. Unless siguro may improvement yung kanilang mga planta, then maybe mag-settle sila a little bit higher than 16 plus billion. Ang tanong, if mag-settle sila around 16 plus billion, ilan yung ide-declare nila na dividend? Well, in previous years kasi halos lahat na nilang reported earnings dinedeclare nila into dividend. Kunyari last year, nag-declare sila ng 6 pesos in dividend rate. 6 pesos divided by 33.5, so that's around 17% yield or around 25.8 billion in payout. Based on the prior year's net income, that's around 25 divided by 27.9. Okay, around 92%, no? Pero based sa earnings nila ng 2024, syempre, sumobra na sila doon. Pero in terms of cash flows, ganoon din pala, no? Ang cash flows nila 2024 is 27. Ganoon din, around 90% talaga, no? So, noong 2021, napag-register sila around 21 billion in cash flows. And assuming around 90% ulit, di ba? Babayaran nila or papabigay nila into dividend. So, 19 billion of payout divided by 144. So, that's still around 13% potential dividend yield. Mataas pa rin pala, no? Pero malaki na binaban yan, no? Ngayon, do I think ibibigay nila to? I don't think so, no? Lalo na't may problema sila ngayon sa CHP. I think tututukan muna nila yan bago sila maging generous into paying dividends. Dati kasi ang trajectory nila dito pangat, di ba? Kaya medyo confident sila mamigay ng dividend. This time, ang trajectory nila is pababa. So, I think magiging a little bit conservative in paying dividend. So, kunyari kalahati, no? 21.28 divided by 2, 144.5. So, around 7% yield, no? Kapag 50% ng kanilang cash flow based on 2021 level, na I think yun yung mas realistic na gawin nila, no? To be a little bit more conservative, especially ilan na bakasyon na ito sa ngayon. So, meron pa naman siyang cash of around 10.4 billion na lang, no? So, yeah, I think magbibuild up ulit yan ng cash reserves nila in the coming quarters. So, I don't expect them to be that generous unless magbago yung growth trajectory ng iba nilang segment. So, sa ngayon, yung kanilang balance sheet, I think still healthy. 33.9 versus total liabilities of 21.9. Yung cash nila still bigger compared to their long-term and short-term obligations. Okay. So, kung nakapagtaka yung kanilang power, no, bakit parang flattish yun or nagde-decline puro scheduled maintenance lang yung ginagawa nila last year. So, ayan ulit, lower availability. Outage days, no? Iba. So, ito yung kanilang capex figure for 2025. So, majority is binubuhos pa rin nila sa coal, no? Siguro paparami sila ng output para pag dumami yung output nila, at least makapag-compensate sa decrease in coal price. So 2025 forecast nila is around 5.8 billion at least sa call and total of 6.9, no? So, kunyari, naka 21 billion talaga sila in cash flows minus 6.9. And then, 90% of that, papamigay nila into dividend at by 144.518. That's around 8% yield. So, parang doon nga talaga naglalaro, no? 7 to 8% yield for the full year. So, outlook, stabilizing naman daw yung call, pero ganoon pa rin, no? Mag-consolidate daw siya around 106. Sa ngayon, parang tama, no? Malapit siya doon. Pero pabagsak siya ng pabagsak pa rin eh. Ang issue ko rito is yung kanilang power segment, no? Wala silang parang growth driver in the short to medium term. Ang laging ginagawa nila in the past is na try nilang improve yung existing nila na mga planta para malesen yung downtime. Pero in terms of new assets, parang wala, no? So for 2025, may mag-online pa na additional 1.4 or 1,400 megawatt. So syempre, papababa ulit yan ng spot prices, 20% lower. Talagang kapag wala kang ngayon, no? Wala kang binibuild na bagong asset and nasa power generation sector, medyo mayayari ka eh. So I think the growth outlook of SCC is not looking good. Okay. Wala akong makitang potential growth driver nila in the short to medium term. So I expect itong performance nila talagang babagsak into around 16 plus billion and maybe baka doon muna siya magsettle for a few years hanggat parang walang nakikita growth driver dito, okay? Unless siguro itong gold price bigla na naman siyang pumitik, no? Papuntang 150, ganon. Anyways, I think ayun lang, no? So if you are a dividend investor and you are relying heavily on SCC for your dividend payments, well, your dividend outlook in the coming years is bad.